The world as we know is vast and yet still much undiscovered. It has so many different beings, cultures, and feelings with different perspectives of life. And today here on FTD Facts, we look at a country that has its own unique perspectives, its unique culture, while still being part of the major Arab world and community. Today, we dive into a country filled with a hardworking people with a history that has helped it grow to become the powerful nation it is known as today. Today, we introduce you to the amazing people, culture, and country of Oman. Welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we look and explore different cultures, communities, and countries from around the world. Now, today, I'm talking about the great country known as Oman, which might be a little different from your country and my country, but we should understand what it's all about. And also throughout this video, if you guys are liking it and you want us to talk about Oman more in the future, just hit those like buttons, because if we get over 5,000 likes, then we generally keep an eye on our videos to do a part 2 on them. But let's get started. Let's look at the great country of Oman. Now, first of all, we always like to look at population, because as of 2010, which its last census was recorded, it had approximately 2.7 million people. But since 2016, first of all, the growth rate really has changed since then. And because of that, the 2016 estimate has the population at approximately 4,424,762 people, making this country rank actually 125th in the world when it comes to population by the country. Now, some people around the world may have a hard time recognizing or identifying where Oman is on a map, but truth be told, it shouldn't be that hard because it's actually a really large country. As a matter of fact, it sits at 70th in the world, and when it comes to its land size, that equates it to approximately 309,500 kilometers square. And as for its water percentage, which we usually talk about with countries, unfortunately it's negligible because there's not a lot of water within the country. Now, with that, if we were to combine the population with the land size, it has a density of approximately 15 people per square kilometer. And this makes its density rank at 214th in the world. Now, you may think that's not a lot, but it's still a growing nation. As a matter of fact, its population has really shot up in the last couple of years, so that'll probably change in the future years as well. Now, one thing that really shook me was the type of government that actually is within Oman, and it's actually listed as a parliament sort of government, which I was like, what? Its official title is a unitary parliament with absolute monarchy, basically meaning that it does have a king, but in the Arab world, they call that a sultan. And courtesy of one of our fans, Muhsin Ranger, the Sultan of Oman is Qaboos bin Said Al Said, who is actually, from what I heard, is an unmarried ruler. And as for this particular sultan, he's got a rather interesting history. This is because Qaboos bin Said Al Said actually overthrew his father, Said bin Taimur, in a coup in 1970. And as of the recording of this video, he's been in power for over 48 years, making him one of the longest rulers currently, but of course you can't beat Queen Elizabeth II. She's got like a lot of years on him. But however, that also makes Qaboos bin Said Al Said the longest current ruler in the Middle East. Now, when you think of Oman, you may wonder to yourself, well, how is the land actually divided up? Does it have, provinces? Does it have states like the United States? What do they have that governs regions? Well, believe it or not, Oman actually does have provinces, but they don't work the same like they do in countries like, say, Canada. Where basically, like in my country of Canada, you have the country and then you have provinces and